Okay. So first, welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you made it. If you did, I see three people, three eyeballs. I didn't get any notification of my own video, so I don't know if people are getting notified, but thanks for being here. Let me do a quick, today's Thursday, December 10th. Do a quick show of the cards I've gotten in the mail this past week. So I got a cute Thanksgiving card from Lori, and these are really cute little pilgrim people, and this turkey that she cut out and added a little punch and some gems. I love it. Sorry, hold on. Coffee. So I'm finding that even my own Thanksgiving cards are still being delivered. Like as of yesterday even. That's crazy. I sent them like the Saturday before Thanksgiving. I can't believe that this has been 2 weeks. But I got this since last Thursday. And Lori, I love it. Thank you. Then I got another cute card from two Sues. Two different Sues. Little flower embellishment here. And that's pretty paper. And then from Sue, this was from another paper pumpkin kit. I love this purple posy background. And then I think this was part of the kit, so she chopped that up. Hey you. I love it. These little clouds. So thanks for those cards, girls. Those are going in my pile. Alright, so today I'm going to show you an alternative with this Jolly Gingerbread Paper Pumpkin. And then I'm going to show you 2 more boxes. But first, I have to plug for bingo. I need 5 more people to sign up for bingo. And it's January 3rd. I'm closing the sign-ups on Sunday, right? That's the 13th. Or is that Monday? Whatever day the 13th is. I mean, this is the 3rd time I'm trying to have this and like get enough people. So if you want to do some stamping and play some bingo, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I can't tell you how much fun it is. You have to trust me. So reach out to me. I need 5 more, please. I'm like begging you. And it is US only. Sorry about that, but I can't send stuff out of the country. I mean, geez, I can barely send stuff to a different county without it taking forever. But, so bingo, sign up. Please, please, please. Now for the first project. I know when we got the heads up about what this gingerbread kit was going to be, that it was going to be 15 gift cards, I posted back then I was most likely going to turn all of those into cards because I just don't need that many gift card holders. Well, 2 weeks ago when I was like working on all my cards and counting up the ones like Christmas cards that I already have done, I only need to make about 10 more cards. So I decided I'm not going to use these for cards at all. But instead, we're going to make this cute treat box. So this uses 2 of the gift card holders, which there was 15 in here. So when you take 2 of them out, if you do 2 a piece, look at all these doodads. Like, I hope I can use these all. And even some tear and tape this time. I mean, that's pretty cool. And we've got our stamp set. I'm only using Happy Holidays, but there's more. Merry, to from, wishing you a jolly Christmas. I think I'm going to give these to people at work, so this number will work. And the tags that we need. All right, so these were the bases, the gift card bases. The idea is you fold this flap gets taped in, and I guess you tape it down here too, and then you slide a gift card in. Well, with this box, we're going to use 2 of these and attach it with the flap, and then all we have to do is make a bottom piece. So I've already sorted because I want green, yellow, and yellow. I want the front side and the back side of the house to match. When I get down to the end, there are 3 oddball ones, so I'll have to see what I'm going to do with those. Envelopes, I'm going to have to just save them for another day. But let me pull these out. I'm going to use those. The ink spot, I'm just going to put that away for now. I'm going to put that in for my I saved the ink spots, and I have like little containers full of them when I go cropping. Oh, when I used to go cropping and actually leave the house, I take all my ink spots, unless it's a weekend crop. Like if it's a day crop, I take my ink spots. If it's a weekend, I take my full size. But let's get back to this. All right, so this, I've got gingerbread cookie in here, which took me 3 weeks to find. I could never find them at Giant or even at Walmart. Finally ran into them last week. A brownie and some tea. Just because this fits in here. Notice this little box on the inside. You can see down in there, right? I can never tell where's the middle of the camera because my holder's right on it. But, so the idea is we're going to make a little box and then wrap this part around it. Okay. So can you see how this is how the box forms? And then we just need a bottom for it. So let's do that first. Let's make this box part. So to get the size right, I looked at the size of these panels, and this is about 2 3/8 of an inch. Maybe a hair under, but that's fine because we need room for like the score line. So I wanted an inch border. So this is 2 3/8 and then 1 inch on each side. So 4 3/8 square and then scored at 1 inch all the way around. This is the base. Now notice that this only goes up, 1 inch. You can see down in there. If you wanted this to come all the way up here, this part would just be longer on each side. It would just be different measurements. But I only wanted it that part in the bottom because that's all we need is the bottom of the box because the sides are self-made. All right, so 4 3/8 inch scored by 1 inch on each side. So we're going straight here and then angle in and then straight on the inside of that score mark and then angle in. And then let's angle these just for good measure, just a teeny little bit. Now do the same thing over here. Straight and then angle. And please definitely tell me hi. Let me know if you're here. And if you have any questions, jump in and I will try to keep an eye out over there looking. And I do have to keep track of time because yesterday before I left work, they said they have a conference call at 12 o'clock, and even though I'm not going to be at work, I have to dial in for it. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so now we're going to put tape on these flaps here, and then this is going to fold up to make our box. All right, and actually, I'm just going to use my fast fuse for this, quicker instead of sticky strip. Whoa, which sticky strip is what I normally would use, or liquid glue. But I want to save on time, so the fast fuse really works well. All right, so pulling these up, the tabs go on the inside of the box. Squeeze them. And there. So we have our teeny tiny little box. So you can see these are going to go around the sides. Now the flaps are going to be on the underside, like see here where they're going to come together. I want this flap to be underneath of this piece. So I can't really attach this whole thing because the same thing, I want the flap to be on the underside of this side. So what I have to do is put a teeny little bit of tape on the bottom edge of the flap. Actually, I do need sticky strip now, because the flaps are really what's going to hold this box together. I feel a little discombobulated today, right now. Don't know why. All right, sticky strip. Sticky strip here. And then actually I want a sticky strip right here. I could go with the very edge, or I can go up an inch, because remember our box, this is what we're going to wrap it around. So I could go even right here, but where I laid it is fine. This is so weird that maybe it's just nobody commenting or saying hi, because none of my comments are showing. This is totally weird. Besides the fact that, you know, I couldn't even find the video myself to start out with. Alright, so sticky strip, sticky strip. So I've got a little bit of tape right there. So I'm going to start that right in the corner. Alright. Now I'm not going to peel this tape off and run this around here yet, because I need to get this other flap under here. So I kind of have to let this hang like this. And while I do that, I've got the little bit of tape there. So the flap's going to go here. Okay. So all that is holding together is that little bit of tape. But now I can peel this tape, the sticky strip. Alright, and I'm just going to fold this around, following the line. Now before I stick this down right here, I want to peel this sticky strip up. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so that is straight. And folding this down. And then it meets. And then I'm just going to squeeze it. Looks like my tape's hanging out a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, now same thing here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and peel this one up right now. And can you guys hear me? Because I'm afraid I didn't start out with my microphone plugged in. So I don't know if plugging it in after was okay. Alright, let me peel this up. Oh, I can see it's getting started. Okay. Alright, let me throw these bits away. And then we're going to push that down, and the edges line up. Alright, let me push everything down from the inside. So that's how we get our box. We had our bottom box, again, that was 4 3/8 square and scored at 1 inch on each side. And then we attached it like that, so that's the base of our box. Now let's do our decorating for the front and back. So I wanted the front and the back of the house to match. So that's why I'm just picking 2 of these. And there's actually a lot of extras of this, the shape, but it's plain. So I might be able to get some little tags out of it. Well, not might. There's definitely going to be some tags that I can make with that. Okay, so quick. Now all I did for stamping wise was this little swirly, it came in the kit, I don't know what it is, decoration. I'm going to do Blushing Bride, because that was the ink spot that was included. And just trying to eyeball to see if that's straight. Looks good. Alright, and then we're going to do Happy Holidays on our tag. So the last one I did a yellow tag. So this one I'm going to use this. It looks like Calypso Coral. But I am using cinnamon cider for the greetings. And like I said, I'll probably take these into work. Because since there was 15 gift cards and you need 2 each for a box, I can only make 7 boxes. So there's one team at work that I think has 7 people. So I will give it to them, and then I'll have 1 extra that I'll probably do something with. Make a card or a tag, or probably a tag, because like I said, I don't want to make any more cards. Alright, now this, let me put this away so I don't lose all my pieces. Alright, now all I'm doing for these is dimensionaling them. Dimensionaling, that's a verb. These to the front and back. And then I will decorate with some of those candy bits. I can't believe how many of these they gave. I mean, that's crazy. And these are like soft. They're shiny. What do they call these? Like epoxy foam, kind of. They're soft. And plastic. All right, so let's peel these up. So this would be a pretty quick project. I think it's going to be when I finish the rest of them. But like I said, I did not want 15 gift card holders. I mean, I appreciate the thought. But frankly, I don't give that many gift cards anyway. So there was bound to be some alternatives required. All right, now I'm just trying to line up the door and keep this straight within the stitches. Oh, that's a little bit crooked. Yikes. All right, and then same thing on the back. Now notice I didn't get it folded quite exactly right. That is not the end of the world. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this on with some glue dots. And this will be my front, so that looks like that's going right there. All right, now these I just took and put a bunch of them down the sides, like 3 on each side, because there's really so many. Like I want to use them all. And then this, I want to squeeze, really press them down. All right, let me put this away. But this was a pretty quick little box. And then you put your gingerbread cookie guy in there and a brownie. You could put some other stuff. And I don't feel the need to like close this up, or you could put ribbon around it if you really wanted to. But I thought this was cute enough, like just as it is. That's all we need is the box bottom and then 2 of the gift card carriers. So that is the first thing I was going to do. All right, now number 2. So now I said I was going to do some more boxes, different boxes. Actually, let me put all this paper pumpkin stuff like in the actual box, so I don't lose stuff. And I will have a sip of coffee for 1 second. This is totally weird that I don't have any comments, and I can't even tell who is here watching. This is just unusual for me. Sorry. Usually I get a hi, or, you know, we're here, something. Okay, box number 2. So remember last week I said these next few weeks I would show you some gift boxes, last minute things that you could do for your wrapping, some gift card holders, and some tags. So this week it's all about boxes. So we did that one. Next, this is a cute little box. Sorry, hold on. And I made this from 2 pieces of 6x6 paper. So this is from the Curvy Variety Bundle, which that is still going on. Those are still available. The Christmas papers, Country Christmas papers, Classic Christmas papers. This, and it's the Curvy Christmas. Those are limited edition things. They're only going to sell them, until the end of December or January 4th or something like that. That's when this bundle. The curvy products are going to be in the spring mini. But for right now, I'm using these papers. And this one, I'm going to keep this around for like a non-Christmas occasion. But right now I'm going to show you a Christmas one. And this is a decent enough size box. I mean, it's like 3.5 by 2 or something. 3 3/4 by 2. So I like it. And the offer still stands. If you buy the variety bundle, since it's still available, it's like $71 or something like that. I have a PDF that I made 9 different projects. So I have a PDF tutorial that I will email you. And this box is going to sound familiar, just the base of it, because that's in there. But then the rest of it is completely different. So it's not copying anything. So you want 2 pieces. And I like the pre-cut, the 6x6. So I picked the trees, since this is going to be Christmassy. All right. You want 2 pieces, and the patterns, you want to go in the same direction. All right. And then we will need, for the lid, this piece is, I probably should have, 4 by 5 3/4. Yep. 5 3/4. 4 by 5 3/4, and we're gonna score that at 1 inch on all sides. So let me lid. So this will be number 2, box number 2. The lid is 4 by 5 3/4. Score. This Sharpie is on its last leg. Score at 1 inch all the way around. All right, and then we've got our 2 pieces of 6x6. The scoring is 2 pieces, 6x6. We'll score across at 2, and then at 5 3/4, and then down at, and you'll see, score at 4. All right, so hopefully you can write this down and this will make sense. So scoring, when I say score across 2 and 5 3/4, I want the trees to face this way. So I'm going to score at 2 and 5 3/4. And then I'm going to turn it and score it at 4. This will be the bottom. All right, so let's do that right now. Let that sit there for a minute so you can do a screenshot or pause it or whichever. You can always go back to it, right? So I want both. And I like to score on top. So I'll score it and then fold it. So we'll go at 2. This is the fat end. 2. And then 5 3/4. So this gives us that 1/4 inch flap. Much like we needed the flap on the gingerbread boxes. We need something to attach the pieces to themselves. All right. And then this at 4. All right. And then make sure my patterns are going the same way. Again at 2. And then 5 3/4. And 4. And actually, let's score the lid part while I've got it. So I said this was 4 by 5 3/4, and I want a 1 inch score on all the sides. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Now this lid is going to go together exactly like the bottom of the gingerbread house box. So let's do that. All right, so I'm cutting on the straight and then at an angle. And then a little angle. oops, I wanted that to go right to the score mark, and then straight and at an angle. And straight. Can you see that? I don't know how close I'm getting, but there is a score mark. So I want to cut on this side of the score mark and then come in here for the angle. Because this part, this flap here is always what we see. So we want those pieces to be nice and straight. All right, straight and then angle. And then another little angle. All right, now let's do all our score marks with the bone folder. And then, all right. And like I said, I'm still going to use the fast fuse today. Time, I'm doing good. 11:30. Okay. Sweet. I don't like having to dial in for that conference call, but not my choice. All right, so let's put these flaps up. And inside. You always want your flaps on the inside. Okay. So this is our lid that will go down. Okay. Now our two pieces, this is kind of giving me a little headache. So what I want to do, you got to find whatever side you can see on. So I want to cut this score mark. So cut both sides of it. I mean, the score mark itself is really like maybe less than a 1/16 of an inch, but it is definitely something you can cut. See that gap? That's what I'm looking for. And then this side, I'm cutting that part off and then at a little angle. All right. So this flap is where I will put sticky strip or the fast fuse. All right, I'm going to cut the same on both. Both pieces get cut the same, and they're both going in the same direction. So flaps are both on the right-hand side, because what it is, I'll put tape here and stick this down, and then tape here and get the other side down. So it's important that the flaps, that everything is scored the same on both. All right, let me cut this. And you could see, you know, this pattern's good too, but since I know I want to use this for Christmas, I want the trees. This really is hard to see, let alone trying to do it on camera. I'm trying to see those score marks. All right, let me get this trash. So let me fold everything. And I want to make sure these side pieces stay straight. And fold this up. So we've got that. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Flap. And then our bottoms. Okay. So let's start with fast fuse, and you could use the new Seal Plus, Stampin' Seal Plus. All right, so this is, you'll be able to see this better when you're dealing with your own paper, but I want to put this edge of this piece right up to the score mark. If I get it too far to the left, it'll hang over when we form the box. Okay, so see here, that's perfect because there's nothing hanging over. All right, now to get a little glue bits. The easiest way to get these straight, instead of like holding this and trying to get this, you know, keep it nice and straight, the easiest way is to just fold this down. Let me put tape on here. Fold this down at this first fold, and then folding this in here, this should line up exactly perfect if you've got everything scored the same. See? I love it. I love it when it comes together. All right, and now our flaps will come in, and this, more tape. You could actually use liquid glue for this too. So I want to keep these flaps from moving around too much as I fold this down. Okay. Now I know I didn't put tape on that bottom one yet. I'm just trying to make that glue stick to this flap. All right, perfect. And then some more sturdy adhesive. All right, and then this should just fold. Perfect. And again, I'm going to give it a rub. And our lid should fit on here perfectly. Please tell me I measured right. Yeah. Nice. All right, for some reason, this does not measure perfectly, my lid. 3 3/4, so I may have lied. How did I get this different? Oh, you know what? I scored at 3 1/2. How did I do that? This is 3 3/4. Ugh. So that's why I had a bigger flap and I didn't realize it. Always something. All right, so I'm going to make a new lid with the real measurements since my box is shorter. These are correct. This will give you this. All right, act like this lid actually fits, okay? And we will put some gold ribbon, which I just had. Why is it that I thought I had this out. Yep, here we go. All right, I like this gold shimmer ribbon. This was like a special from last holiday. And so it's not in the catalog, but it's available online only. It's gold shimmer ribbon. But let's tie this. And I'm going to leave about that much room for a bow. I don't think you can appreciate how much this bothers me that I scored that box wrong and now it doesn't fit perfectly. But I will fix it before I take a picture. I'll just make a new lid. All right, now we can put the bow. Let's put the bow right on top this time. All right, and then I will tie it just like I'm tying my shoes. I hope you guys can hear me since I can't see any comments. All right, and then I will trim that later because I'm going to redo it. This one, I wanted the bow like on the front of the box. And then we'll just hang a tag. Same here. Then we'll just hang a tag off. Ugh, that's killing me. All right, but cute little box that you can make out of 2 pieces of 6x6 paper. And we all have plenty of those 6x6 stacks laying around. All right, next box. Now this is something, this is a bigger box that you can fit cards in or a different gift. This uses 2 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. Now I like this, so the top is a little bit shorter than the bottom. That's how we get this peek through on the bottom. So let's just start. So 8.5 by 11. The bottom I want to be a smidge less. So I'm going to cut a 1/16 of an inch off two sides. So, you know, when you're making boxes, 2-piece boxes, the bottom has to be a little bit smaller than the top, or the top has to be a little bit bigger than the bottom. It just depends what paper you're working with. All right, so we'll start 8.5 by 11. I'm going to do something that maybe I don't necessarily have to use for Christmas this time. It just depends on your paper. But early espresso for the bottom. And like I said, I'm going to cut a 1/16 of an inch off. That is just one of these little teeny tiny lines. So 8.5 minus that. Cut that little sliver off and then turn it once and do the same thing over here. Cut a little sliver off. Now my top, I want this to be smaller. The paper has to be smaller because so we get this peek through. So the top I want to be 7.5 by 10. I'm just taking an inch off both sides. And I will write this down for you later as well. So 7.5 by 10. All right. I'm going to throw this away. Then we get our scoring. So again, we'll start with the bottom. I want this box to be 2 inches tall, so I'm going to score at 2 inches on all four sides. 2, 2, 2. Now the top, you see how this fits? Can you see how these are the score marks? And we've got this like 1/2 inch border. So the score marks for the top are going to be at 1.5, not 2. 1.5, and you can just write these down. Let me get my Sharpie. Okay. So box number 3, the top is 7.5 by 10. Score at 1.5 all sides. The bottom, now I write this 8.5 by 11 and then I say less 1/16. That's just less a smidge. So it's like 15/16 and whatever. All right, score at 2 inches all around. All right, so that is the measurements for that. I am got a sweaty, my glasses are sweaty. All right, so now it is just the same technique for cutting these score marks that we have done. You make a couple of these and then they will go really fast. And actually I'm gonna do all the cutting for the top and bottom at the same time. And then I'll do all the scoring. And you can make this kind of box out of 12 by 12. That won't really, 12 by 12 doesn't really get you much as far as the length of the box because you're only getting an extra inch, but you can make it wider because 8.5 versus a 12. So that's where you would see the difference. And I have made plenty of boxes out of 12 by 12. That is a good size. I like working with it. All right, one more. scraps up out of the way. And again, now we're just gonna fold everything in, make our score marks. Fold this. And I apologize if there are comments going and I just don't see them because, yeah, nothing is coming up on mine. And it's just totally weird. All right, let's do the fast fuse. And the reason I'm using up my fast fuse is because this went on sale when we still carried it a couple years ago. And they had, you know, it was like on the clearance rack or whatever, and it was dirt cheap. And I bought a bunch. So I'm going to use up what I have. All right, now let's pull our sides up. And you see how I'm just getting that right to the edge. And then squeeze it. Oof. And pull this one in and right to the edge. Press, press, press. Same thing here. And here. All right, so that's the bottom of our box. I mean, 2 inches, that is a really good size. And it's sturdy enough. You definitely want to make your boxes with cardstock, not designer paper, because the designer series paper is just not sturdy enough. All right, so that's our bottom. Now, before I put my top together, notice I added a little bit of designer paper and a frame around it. I want to put this on here before I start folding it together. And this, I didn't measure this, 3.5 by 6. So designer series paper, 3.5 by 6. And then this is probably, yeah, like 3/16 bigger. Yep. So add 3/16 to that. And let me tape this down. Yeah, I like these pine cones. This could be a generic any time of the year box. Not just fall. All right, and this, I'm going to go ahead and use some liquid glue. Why not? Let's use all the adhesives. And hopefully I will have time to go back and figure out what's going on with this video before I got to do that conference call. All right, I'm just centering this as best I can. I think that's straight. Yep, let me hold this there for a minute. This is normally when I would look over here and go look for questions and answer stuff, but this is totally weird that there is nothing showing up. Okay. Something is sticky. Now we're ready to fold all our flaps up. Give them a good score with the bone folder. Same thing over here. So today's the 10th, then we've got a 17th, and then Christmas Eve, right? Yeah, it seems crazy. 2 weeks. All right. More with the strong adhesive. You could use liquid glue if you wanted. You could use the sticky strip that I would normally use, but this works too. And it's faster. I don't have to sit here and pick it all off, you know? All right. See, I'm putting that edge right up to the edges so we get a nice corner. And this shows you why you want this part of the cut to be flat, because this is what we see. All right. Now, dun dun dun. Hopefully this fits. Yep. Perfecto. I love it. And I like having this bottom color peek through. I like this style of box. So this again is box number 3. And then our box 2, I'm going to redo the lid on this and take a picture of it. I still can't believe I messed that up. So those are our boxes for today. Actually, I'll just leave this here so if you want to get a screenshot of that. So we've got our bigger boxes, our smaller boxes, and then our paper pumpkin box. I was really happy to make this because I really didn't want 15 gift card holders. So if you've still been sitting on your kit wondering what you're going to do with it, do this with it. All right, so like I said, next week will be gift card holders, and then the following week will be tags. The following week will be Christmas Eve, right? Today's the 10th, then the 17th, then the 24th. But I am still going to come on because I will be home, and I figure tags are like, that's our very last minute thing that we're trying to do like the night before Christmas is get things wrapped, and we need a couple tags. So that's where I was going with that. And again, please, 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 I need 5 more people to sign up for bingo. I have an event on my page, so please go look at that. Click that you're going, and then send me an email or a direct message and let me know so we can get the payment squared away, so that I can order stuff, because I've got to order the prizes and get the make and takes, you know, because we're going to be doing stamping. We're making 4 cards in addition to playing the bingo. So that is it for today. Thanks for joining me. I'm sorry I can't see any of the comments. If there were any, I'm going to go back later and answer them. But thanks for stopping in. Thanks for spending time with me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.